I developed this Enneagram course to be an introduction to this way of seeing and understanding people, yourself and others. There is so much more to the Enneagram than I could possibly cover in an introductory course. And I would invite folks to start here, but not to stop here. I teach other courses about wings and subtypes of the Enneagram. There are 9 core types, but there are 2 wings for each type. That makes 18. There are 3 subtypes that affect very much how our type appears in the world. That makes 54. It goes out from there. So I encourage you to learn more about the nature of change, for example. The Enneagram, we talk about it as a personality system. It's not. It's a visual representation of the nature of change. The problem is that we as human beings aren't great with change. And so we get stuck in the Enneagram and our personalities form around those stuckness places. But the Enneagram can teach us about how change works in the world, and whether that's you're a team leader and maybe you have a sales team or a crew that you're running, and you can use the Enneagram to have effective change. The Enneagram, I also teach courses in the Enneagram about levels of health. At the very, very lowest levels of health, we're talking about psychosis and criminality. At the very highest levels of health, we're talking about Buddha and the Dalai Lama. Most of us fall somewhere in between. But there is a lot we can learn about what level of health we're at and how to move up. And often people aim for being the Dalai Lama on the 1st of January and get very frustrated by the 1st of February they're not there. But the Enneagram gives you steps. It's like a ladder. It's like we're not going to eat the whole whale at once, just a bite at a time. So the Enneagram, those levels of health course, teaches about those 1 bites at a time to move toward health. I also talk a lot about how we use our time. I teach a course on how to spend your time. And the Enneagram will help you to realize what activities in your life are draining, what activities are rejuvenating, what activities are escapism, so that we can build your time in a way that you have a net positive energy, that you feel good and a sense of purpose. So there are, there's another course that I teach, how to use the Enneagram to find a sense of purpose in your life. I use the Enneagram for relationships a lot, but there's no shortage of folks who are in a career they don't want to be in, or are ready to take a new direction in life. They don't know how to find that. The Enneagram is genius for that too. It really gives us insight into what motivates us, what the obstacles we're going to face are, how to overcome them. So there's so much that the Enneagram has to offer beyond this introductory course. And I hope that folks will take me up on the chance to learn more about it and take themselves up on being in charge of your life, becoming the person you want to be.
If you're like me, there are probably some people in your life that you would like to get along with better. My wife and I used to have the same fights over and over again until we learned why and how we were fighting when we learned to use the Enneagram. I've created a course so you can learn to use the Enneagram too, called Wag More, Bark Less, Using the Enneagram to Get Along with Other People. You can find out more about it just by clicking the link below.